The STEM-T4L Immersive Virtual Reality Kit is based on a Microsoft platform, and hopefully by now you're familiar with the location you can see just here behind me. That location is called the Microsoft Cliff House. My advice would be that your very first activity with students would be for them to simply navigate around the Cliff House. There are other how-to videos that go into a bit more depth on this area, but I wanted to show you one specific thing that you can do with this feature. So I'm going to pop the headset on, and why don't you come and join me as we explore this really cool function in the Cliff House. So the Microsoft Cliff House is your starting environment in virtual reality for the STEM-T4L kit. And the idea is that you can customize this space so that it reflects the things that you do often. The customization also allows you to change the environment completely. For example, if I press the Start button on my controller, then the Start menu pops up and I can use the laser to point to a thing called Places. If I pull the trigger, I get a menu here, and you can see on your system you will also have something called Skyloft. You can see the two tiles here, Cliff House and Skyloft. Well, let's have a look at Skyloft. Let's point to launch. All right, so I've been teleported into a new starting environment, which is also customizable. The idea behind these environments is that you can arrange them and design them in the way that best works for you. And one of the features is that you can add these apps. See that 3D viewer over there? Let's click on it to wake it up. That 3D viewer lets me take holograms or access a 3D library, or even 3D items of my own that I've created, maybe with Paint 3D, for example. Let's go back to holograms. Let's say I want to choose graffiti. I've now got a 3D object that I can place in my environment, grab the handles, enlarge it, maybe place it in the air somewhere and put a tick. So that's one of the ways you can customize this space. But there is another way that you can customize it. Again, back to the Start menu, use your thumb to press that button, go back to Places, and you'll notice that I have this thing called Castle and this thing called Christmas Tree. Let's have a look at this thing called Castle. Again, it drops a shortcut, and I'll click that shortcut to teleport us. All right, welcome to my castle. And if you're familiar with Minecraft, you can see that this environment has been built in Minecraft Education Edition. In fact, I built it. This is something that I made using Minecraft Education Edition. And let me just kind of teleport around a little bit. So the activity that I recommend here is that your entire class can build a space just using Minecraft Education Edition, and then they can export a section of their build using the structure block. Now, I've got a how-to video on how to export using the structure block. That's also on our STEM-T4L YouTube channel. Once it's exported, you can bring it into Microsoft's mixed reality platform and use it as a starting environment. Of course, you can explore your build in first person. I can sneak through here, look up at my tower, check out my roof design. So inside, I have already started placing some things by way of customizing my environment. So I've already got that same piece of graffiti. I've already put that on this bench. So I've got that 3D hologram and placed it on my Minecraft bench. I've got another hologram of a puppy and place that on my bench. And I'd use that same 3D viewer app that you saw me use in the Skyloft. So I can get all those same models. I can import 3D files from Tinkercad, for example, or from Paint 3D. And over here on the wall, I put a picture. because you can again go back to the Start menu, choose the Photos function, and that will browse the photographs that you've put on the computer. And when you find a photograph you like, select the photograph. In the top left-hand corner, you can see Place in Mixed World. And that's how you can pin photographs. I could resize it actually. Let's make it a nice and big poster. There we go. So you can bring JPEGs in, you can bring 3D files in using that function. But hopefully it all starts off with a really good design process where students design the environment to reflect their interests, their understanding of a topic, a great way to perhaps assess their knowledge on a particular subject. Let me now show you how you can bring those files into the right location on the VR computer so that your students can explore their Minecraft creations. The whole process is described in the stem.t4l learning library. So to start with, head there, use the link t4l.link/STEM, and then sign in with your school email account. Once you get to the learning library, click on the Kits menu, and you'll see there's a heading here, Immersive VR. If you click on that, that'll take you to all the basic knowledge that you need to run the Immersive VR kit. You can see there's a subheading here called Creating with VR. So click on that page and then scroll down until you see the section that describes Minecraft. I've outlined the process here for you on the page. So step 1, obviously you already need to have Minecraft Education Edition installed on your school computers. And I've got a link there for how to get that. If you don't already have Minecraft Education Edition, you can use that particular link. Step 2, students need to spend some time building their environments, and there is a limitation on that building process. So keep that in mind, that there is a restriction on what students can do. 64 by 64 by 128. I'm hoping that Microsoft increased that restriction later on. Step 3, students now need to use the structure block to select their build. And once again, I've linked a how-to video on how students can do that. Just watch the first half of that video, that's all you need to do. They will need to then bring that .glb file, in point number 4, they'll need to bring that .glb file to the VR computer. You need to make sure that file's there. And because the VR computer is not connected to your school network, probably just use a USB stick, for example, to transfer those files. Point number 5, this is really important. You actually need to copy on the VR computer, so open this page up on the VR computer, copy this address all the way from %LocalAppData right through to the end of LocalStat. Once you've got that copied, click on the Start menu of the computer. Just one single click is all you need to do, and then Control V to paste. And you'll notice that it automatically comes up with a search result. You can then just click on that search result to open up a folder. Move this folder over to the right-hand side of the screen, because that's where you're going to paste the GLB file that the students bring you. So open up the USB location and drag that file into that folder. You can see my castle file is there. That was my the little place that we went and explored. If I open up, for example, if I right click on my downloads and just go open in a new window, you can see I've got another file there called Christmas Tree. All right, so let's pretend that this is one of the kids' work. I will just left click and drag it over into that same folder as my castle file. Now that that Christmas tree is in there, I can launch that Christmas tree just like I launched my little castle file. All right, I'm going back into Places and I've got the Christmas tree file. I know that I've put that file in there. It drops a shortcut on the desktop. I believe there is a way to customize what this shortcut icon looks like. And what I'll do is when I work out how to do that, I'll pop the links into the Creating with VR section. But right now, let's just trigger that and go and see what my Christmas tree looks like. All right. Gosh, look like I'm in a void. Oh, behind me. There we go. I'm just going to use the joystick. When you flick your thumb on the joystick, it turns the way that you're facing. All right. This is one thing that sometimes happens is you start off in a very strange location. So I'm going to look down at the ground, point the controller down so that I teleport right down. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. Now I'm standing at the base of my gigantic Christmas tree. And just like that castle, I can open up the menu. I can get the photos out. So whatever photos I've got in here, again, I'm just using this one as an example. I can pin it into the world. There we go. I can customize my environment with photos. I can customize my environment with the 3D viewer window. I can pop that over there. And I can also customize my environment and use Microsoft Edge, for example. I can pop that window over there. As with all STEM.T4L activities, we really hope you will join us in the Department of Education Yammer community or on the closed Facebook group. It's really valuable for us as a project to hear of your successes and the challenges that you have using the technology. There's a lot of teachers sharing their tips and tricks, so make sure you dive into those social media channels to really get the best experience out of your STEM.T4L loan. Thanks for joining us, and we can't wait to hear from you.